Hello guys, as the title says, today I'll be telling you what I believe is the best phone out today, and I'll be explaining why I think that. So as you know, in the past few months, a lot of annual flagship phones have been released, like the HTC One M8, the Samsung Galaxy S5, the LG G3, and the Nexus 5. As well as some less known phones like the Oppo Find 7. So basically the only phone that did not get released is the iPhone 6. But because we know everything about the iPhone 6 already, I'm going to include the phone in this competition so we can see which phone is the best even though it is not out yet, and that will make this video and my conclusion still valid after the phone is released. Getting back on topic, the point that I'm trying to make is that there's a lot of majestic top-of-the-line phones to choose from if you're looking to buy one, so which one is the best? Let's begin by explaining what makes a phone good. Obviously, it has to have the latest and best specs, that's a given. It also has to be built well with a nice clean design, so it actually feels like a top-of-the-line phone. Lastly, it has to be a good value, so the cheapest phone that still has the last 2 points. So the phone that I picked as the best flagship phone is the OnePlus One. In case you don't know anything about this phone, it is extremely special and unique in a lot of ways. Let me quickly get the specs out of the way. This phone has a spacious 5.5-inch display matched with a resolution of 1920 by 1080. It has a quad-core Snapdragon 801 chip clocked in at 2.5 GHz, an Adreno 330 GPU, 3 GB of manly RAM, a 3100 mAh battery. It is equipped with a 13 megapixel lens that has dual flash but is not dual tone. It can film video in high def 2160p. It can even do 720p slow motion at 120 frames per second. And lastly, it has a 5 megapixel selfie machine. The design of this phone is also quite good. It is thin with a bent back plate that fits in the hand nicely. To summarize what I just said, this phone, like other flagship phones, has the newest best specs. The only thing that stands out about the specs on this phone is its big 5.5-inch display. Most of its competition has a 5-inch display or a 5.1-inch display, and having a big display is a huge benefit because it enhances the enjoyment you get out of using your phone. I can fully back up this statement because I use a Samsung Galaxy Note 3 every day, which has a 5.7-inch display, and once you use a phone that has a big HD display, you cannot go back. But like I was trying to say, these specs alone do not make the OnePlus One special. Instead, it is the combination of these high-end specs and its low-end cost. The OnePlus One only cost $299, completely unsubsidized. So now with that knowledge in mind, phones like the HTC One M8 and the Samsung Galaxy S5, these phones compete with the OnePlus One and have basically the same specs, and they cost about $650 to $700 unsubsidized. And that is why the OnePlus One is such a good phone. It is cheap and yet still has the best specs and a fantastic design. It is cheap but does not show it in any way. It only costs $299 but competes against phones that cost $700. But sadly, there is a catch. Because this phone is in such high demand, it is next to impossible to actually buy this phone. And it doesn't matter how cheap a phone is if you can't actually buy one. The funny thing is, the biggest holdup may be the company's odd invitation system. So to buy this phone, you actually have to get an invite from somebody else that then allows you to buy this phone. And I have to say, that is an extremely stupid idea. They should just do the next customer in line gets the next phone. So it's an odd system, but what are you gonna do? Luckily, if you're looking to buy a flagship phone, you do have other options. The closest substitute to the OnePlus One is the Nexus 5. It has flagship specs, although not quite as good as the OnePlus One, and it only costs $350 unsubsidized. If you want a phone that has the same 5.5-inch display, then the LG G3 is your best option. Lastly, the HTC One M8 is always a fantastic phone and should be looked at if you're looking to buy a new phone. Okay, I am now done. I have spoken everything that I have wanted to
spoken.
So that's the end of me. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, then please give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you fine people in the next one. Peace out and God bless.